weapons in the police fight against crime.
New Year ravers anger a Lord's shooting party.
Could lasers help you stop smoking for the new year?
And the final instalment in our Coast to Coast review.
Good evening. Police officers in Dorset are the first in the country to be issued with new batons in the fight against crime. Attacks against the police in the county have escalated. Every week an average of 3 officers are assaulted on duty.
A New Year's Eve rave party for 16,000 people in Wiltshire is going ahead despite the opposition of police and local residents. They fear there'll be drug taking at the all-night party at Peter de Savre's home, Littlecut Manor. The worried residents include Lord Chetwood. He's holding a shooting party tomorrow and claims the loud music will drive away all the birds. Just some of the stories we've covered over the years. So, what happens next? Well, from tomorrow a new company, Meridian, takes over the licence to broadcast in the south and southeast. But that's not the last you'll see of us. Fred will be co-presenting a new programme called Meridian tonight from Southampton.
And Mai will be at New Studios in Newbury.
Shelley Hunt explains all.
This is what you can expect when you turn on your television for the local news on Monday evening.
A man has appeared in court charged with the murder of an Isle of Wight hotelier.
Gone are the greys and blues of Coast to Coast, to be replaced by the reds and oranges of the new Meridian tonight. It looks very different, but Meridian says it's taken care not to make too many changes.
Our approach to news gathering will remain the same, simple and straightforward, and to cover stories and issues that we feel are relevant to the region. We've also kept some of the most popular presenters, the weather forecasters, because viewers don't like change. This change has been forced upon them, and we recognise that, and we will try to provide a certain amount of continuity.
The main changes will be for viewers in the north of the region. Currently, they're served by Coast to Coast in the south. Under Meridian, there'll be 3 regions, and they'll have their own programme from new multi-million-pound studios in Newbury.
Quite a few people in the Reading, Berkshire area don't have any affinity with people living on the south coast, so we decided to create a new region there to serve those and to provide a more local news service.
Meridian's got it.
Meridian won the franchise from TVS in October last year and quickly realised it had a hard news act to follow.
Good evening.
Coast to Coast has won the Royal Television Society Award for the Best Regional News Magazine programme 3 times in the past 11 years.
I'm glad to see that the core of journalists who've achieved that for TVS are moving over to Meridian, and I'm sure that therefore a lot of that success will transfer to the new incumbent broadcaster.
But are the viewers ready for the changes?
Not going to make any difference as far as I can make out. It'll be just as satisfactory as it was before. I've always enjoyed Southern television anyway.
I should be sorry to see TVS go. I enjoy TVS's programmes, and we'll have to wait and see what's in store.
Are you looking forward to the changeover?
I don't watch ITV.
The changeover happens at midnight tonight, when, in true New Year tradition, it'll be out with the old and in with the new. Shelley Hunt, Coast to Coast.
Well, as you've seen, our reporters have covered thousands of stories over the years. Not everything, though, obviously goes according to plan. Here are just a few of those unfortunate moments which didn't quite make the air.
It happened when a local passenger train pulled... Wish you'd stop bleeping me all the time.
How tough is toughened glass?
Well, if you like, I'll show. This is a piece of toughened glass. I'll show you with this hammer.
Go on.
Good evening. One of the most difficult crimes to detect is that committed by a stuck auto cue.
Do you have any major leads to go on at the moment?
We have no major leads, but at this stage we're following up everything. And as you know, in the early stages of any inquiry, the leads are many and various. Where they're going to lead us, we do not know as yet.
And what was the state of the woman?
She was dead.
How long is this indefinite action going to continue? Indefinitely.
What's your surname, sorry?
Caroline Cannon.
Cannon? Cannon?
Yes.
Right. Right. Ooh! Right. Yes. Pearson has planted new conifer trees round the front of his garden now, but
Just pick it up from there.
Mr. Pearson has now planted new conifer trees around the front of his garden to put... Oh, let's start it again. Mr. Pearson has now planted a row of new conifer trees around the front... Mr. Pearson has now planted a... God, it would have been excellent if I hadn't fluffed that last bit. All right, well, not excellent, but, you know, adequate.
Straight to the camera.
Oh!
Bloody hell, 10 out of 10.
Melanie Bradley, coast to coast in the pouring rain. Glamorous job, television.
Absolutely. Now we've got a man who never appears in outtake tapes. Never, ever.
Never gets anything wrong, does he?
No, never at all.
Never, ever.
No, go on, give us your last TVS weather then.
Oh, well, shall we say it's fog and frost to start the new year?
Say that if you want to.
Well, why not? I'll tell you. Well, certainly today there's been a fair amount of cloud around. I would have preferred sunshine, but the cloud was there, and tonight that cloud has broken up, and that's going to bring us frost and fog problems. Yet again, they say I never get it wrong. Let's start with the satellite picture, and as you can see on the satellite picture, just two bands of cloud left now, one over Sussex and Surrey, the other down over Dorset. All that cloud breaking up, and that's going to cool the temperatures down quite quickly tonight. On the overall weather pattern, well, those bands of cloud are two old fronts. Very little of them left now. It's slowly moving out of the way. By noon tomorrow, you can see just the one front left with a little bit of cloud. All the rain pouring up to the west of the country, well out of our way. So for tonight, let's start out with the word fog, because we've already got quite a lot of fog up over Salisbury Plain, down in towards Salisbury itself. It's going to get quite widespread as we go through tonight. So if you're out driving, certainly take a tremendous amount of care. The other thing is, of course, we're seeing temperatures in Surrey down to -2, that's 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Quite a widespread frost, so that's going to be freezing fog. Watch the roads, they could well be quite icy, and the pavements. And then tomorrow morning, it's a rather dull start to the day. Mist and fog still around, then slowly improving. The fog slowly beginning to clear. As we come into the afternoon, though, there may be one or two places where the fog does linger, brightening up a little bit of sunshine for Sussex and Surrey. Your winds, just a light southeasterly. Now, the best temperatures tomorrow, they'll be down on the coast 5, that's 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Looking ahead over the weekend, no real change. Saturday and Sunday, we'll be looking for early fog around, brightening up with a little bit of sunshine as we go through the afternoon. Monday, though, a cloudy day, and I think the first real rain that we've had for a little while. But all the time, those temperatures on the cold side. Sailing this weekend, we're looking for quite light winds. Saturday, certainly a southerly, but a force 3 or less. By the time we come into Sunday, though, we'll start out with that force 3, and by late in the day, picking up to a 4, it may even be a force 5 by the time we come to evening time. Your temperature's around 10 degrees Celsius. And our picture tonight, that's by Catherine Voss, and the summary tonight, frosty with patchy fog, tomorrow early fog, and then some afternoon sunshine.
And thanks to Carl Froggy Tyler. That is almost it, except to say that the final programme from TVS, Goodbye to All That, will be transmitted tonight at 10:45. And I'm delighted to say that Fern Britton is back for that. We would just like to thank you sincerely for your tremendous support over the years. It's been fantastic. And Carl and I and the other Coast to Coast presenters would like to thank everyone at TVS, including everyone in the studio now, for their incredible support. Keep watching. Have a happy new year from everyone on Coast to Coast for the very last time. Good night.
But now that the bulldozers have finally arrived here, 6 miles to the left are the limits of Iranian territorial waters.
Experts say we can learn a lot about bats from the way they live.
Used properly, a trap like this is perfectly legal.
Hold very tightly.
So that's a taster of the action for you here.
There's only one way to find out.
Fresh supplies have to keep coming.
Hampshire police say the travellers handed over one man.
Of course, there are some people who say you shouldn't be betting at all.
If Mr. Brown does stand...
Frank Burrows' 14 months in charge here at Fratton Park came to an end at lunchtime today.
But behind all the glitz and the glamour is an air of quiet desperation.
Police are warning all motorists to stay at home.
New Forest MPs.
Whatever the pros and cons of cars.
Now we're about 20 yards from the car now.
You've done it.